I snap on that song, dude. I got. That's a verse. You boys got bars on that song.
This guy's still drunk.
A little bit, honestly.
What up, though? Welcome to
Shout out
Redwoods
Chad.
Live at WoodSports.com. He's joined by Spinball Raxter, Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, a.k.a. Microwave Nick.
Let's go.
Caleb the Explosive. I wasn't going to say anything,
Caleb,
but
not
I'm
the
just looking at
explosive.
you. Yeah.
He's Wiener Schnitzel, the loser.
You nearly avoided it last week.
Yeah.
This week you went full Monty.
Yeah,
Unlike the Lions.
not a great start to the season for me, but we'll come back. We'll be good.
If you guys were wondering, Caleb literally picked
No.
every single game.
No.
Every single game.
Every single game.
That's not true. That's propaganda.
He did not get
roll the tape.
a single one of his picks right.
That's a lie.
I still don't even know. Who did you pick for the game? Do you remember?
Not the winner.
Philly.
Once I got to
I
the
think I
shit-
actually said Philly's going to blow them out.
Yeah,
We'll
maybe.
see.
So now I have to take Atlanta.
Yeah, and how you got to take the Atlanta money line?
Yeah.
I mean, Atlanta's
Rough
in the spot,
week.
man. They look bad last
But it's
week.
like I took like the Patriots. They lost by a field goal. I took the Giants. Malik Neighbors drops that pass at the end of the game.
Oh, did he really? I didn't even see that.
Yeah, but he had a great game. But he dropped a pass to basically win it to keep their drive alive.
That sucks.
Yeah, tough week, but we'll be back.
You'll be back. And obviously, I'm pretty sure, I know for a fact, we all got the Lions game wrong.
Yeah, that was my lock.
Unky Neal got his get right wrong.
Yep.
Sean
Sean O'Malley
O'Malley.
got his ass whooped.
Oh, fuck, I told you guys, if it didn't knock him out.
Yeah, he almost got him in the last 2 minutes with that solar plex kick.
Yeah, stomach or whatever. I don't know what the hell. I didn't even go back to listen to the interview to see what that was specifically. But, yeah, obviously we had Baby Rule on, the real man of the house, the real man of the Rule household.
Shout out Cristiano.
Cristiano. Valentino won too.
Yeah,
Shout out. The Sphere is actually pretty dope as well.
the sphere was awesome.
I wish I was there.
That was really cool. Yeah. Shout out to Dana. Shout out to UFC for putting on a great event.
Speaking of great event spinning, you sat front row.
I did. Shout out to Hefe. Shout out to Chad, our fearless leader. Gifted the boys some seats. It was me, Noah, Mez, Neil, Neil's friend, Terminal Dennis. And, it was dope. It was a lot of fun. Shout out to Second Best Bar
Shout
for
out.
hosting the
Shout
boys
out.
before. Had a good time there. And then went to the seats. Amazing seats. Again, shout out to Chad. Was hammered. Very hammered.
At what point were you hammered?
When I got to Second Best.
I think
damn.
Dan Campbell and Jared Goff were actually at the pregame show at Second Best
Yeah.
getting hammered as well.
Yeah.
Man.
Very well could have been.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that one too. It was kind of drunk spinny, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. When this happens,
Yeah.
there's only one man to blame.
I get really happy when I'm drunk. I'm like, yeah, we'll do that for sure.
So Spinny invited on Sammer,
I did.
the most
He took advantage of me, honestly.
first or second
You're a
most
victim?
shit
I'm
talking.
a victim. Like, I should Deshaun Watson him because he DM'd me, and I was extremely lubricated.
God damn it.
And I said, I was like, fuck off or whatever. And then, yeah, we just started going back and forth.
Don't be afraid to tell your stories, Spencer.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it obviously was a fuck off because he's coming on the show today
No,
now.
I said, eat shit. And he said, where is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, eat shit. He said, saw your ass on TV, by the way. I said, wish I drank more. Can't throw the ball 55 times and expect to win.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. I was up late last night just trying to figure out because a lot of people are saying it's one bad game, which it can be, but then you look at last week too, you're like, actually, this is 2 bad games. This isn't great. Did a little homework on that one. I guess you guys could have your takeaways from that. I don't want to get too much into it, but I do want to shout out Aiden Hutchinson. That's one bad motherfucker. Golly.
We're going to get into that, but yeah.
By the number.
Aiden Hutchinson, 4.5 sacks. Dude was all over the field. It was impressive to watch.
Let him
He
cook.
is leading the league. If Aiden Hutchinson was his own team, if we were the fighting Aiden Hutchinsons,
Yeah.
he'd be first in the league
In sacks.
in sacks.
Yeah, look,
and
I pulled
pressures.
this. I
Yeah.
pulled this tweet.
Yeah.
Look at all those teams.
Yeah, he's got 5.5 sacks.
Real quick, name them all.
No.
No.
Real quick. 31 teams. But yeah, he's got 5.5 sacks on the year already. Did you grab the graphic that I put in there?
I did.
That Woodward put out there. He
There it
is
Oh, I didn't. Yeah.
first in sacks. He's first in total pressures. He's first in pass rush wins and pass rush win percentage. So he has been the best pass rusher in the league through 2 games.
My beef, it's really just with Stick. It's not everybody. It's really just with Stick. This guy is this guy got on air, lied about the Deshaun Watson shit, all because I said a few pitches in chat. I didn't say anything bad.
He didn't.
That's insane.
They're
Luckily, I've peeped game. I'm not gonna tackle all you guys. It's really just him. Have you guys had any other encounters like that today? Or seen? It's really just.
I've
him.
had a couple on
Today.
Twitter. Yeah.
What happened?
Of people just saying like, "Oh my," because I said like, we have to be adult enough to admit that this was Jared Goff's loss, and like
Definitely part of it.
people were commenting like, "We have to be adult enough. Why don't you go back to hating? Like, quit being a dick rider."
I just don't
You
understand.
can admit if a guy had a bad game.
They can't.
Jared Goff had a bad game. Ben Johnson had a bad game. Dan Campbell had a bad game. It's okay to say that. The truth will set you free. You don't have to constantly have his balls in your throat. He did not play well. He needs to play better. I still think he is going to hoist the Lombardi Trophy at the end of the year, but it's okay to say, hey, he didn't live up to, or he didn't play up to his standard. He didn't play up to who he is. He needs to be better than that going forward.
Oh, it's interesting.
It's okay. You can say that. This is a safe space. Jared Goff's not in the room right now.
Shit.
Like, you can admit that. Both things can be true. He can still be the guy. He can still be the guy I expect to win a Super Bowl for the Lions this year and play like shit yesterday. That happens.
I'm with halfway between Braylon and halfway between, if you guys saw Dan Orlovsky, he just put a tweet out I saw on the way in. Massive in the chat to kind of try to de-escalate some things. I don't know if it worked or not, but Dan Orlovsky says the worst game he's ever seen Jared Goff play.
It was one of the worst games for sure.
And then Braylon said it's the same Goff. And I'm somewhere in between because in reality it is the same Goff, but we never established any type of run. This team, you have David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, easily 2 top 15 running backs in the game. There's no excuse why they're only running the football 27 times.
Yes.
You went to the Green Bay Packers, who played the Indianapolis Colts, where I don't know what they are for sure or not with Anthony Richardson. He's been pretty rough to start the season, I'm being honest with you guys. But still, I mean, they're formidable. They almost made the playoffs last year. They still won that game with Malik fucking Willis starting the game. Josh Jacobs himself ran that ball 32 times. If your shit's not working out for you, run the ball. I mean, that's what we're built upon either way, regardless. Last week, you won an overtime game that you didn't have any offense going. You only scored 20 points. You finished the fucking entire game with the touchdown by running. You only threw the ball one time, and guess what it was? A swing pass to a running back. I don't understand what happened. And a little bit of me thinks that, I think, honestly, and real quick, just calm everybody down real quick, I think this can smooth itself out. Initially, looking at just numbers last night before tape came out, I was kind of freaking out a little bit. But just looking at the tape today, I think it can smooth out. But I think both Jared Goff and Ben Johnson are almost overstimulated by the emergence of Jameson Williams because he's such a playmaking threat that at times like to just force themselves to try to get the ball to him to do something. And I'm not mad at him for it, but it's just that's not the foundation of what this offense has been. That's not what helped you be a top 3 offense. It's not what carried this team with a poopy, shitty defense, or shitty poopy, as you say. I apologize. Shitty poopy
Thank you.
defense, all the way to the NFC Conference Championship game.
Yeah.
You had to get that in there first and then start incorporating J-Mo. I get that he's a playmaker, but like, brother, we cannot be out there throwing that ball 55 times.
We got. Do you have the graphic of the other one? The other graphic I put in there that was all the playmakers and how they performed.
Let me see. Let me
put it
see which one.
inside.
I have them all, but I don't know which one. Oh, yep.
The one
You're,
of all
you're talking about
their
the
yards
fancy.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a second here.
So, I'm not sure exactly what more we want out of the offense than these guys going in, but do you have?
Yeah, I'm good. It's in here. I'm just finding it. It's buried in here. But give me a second. I got you. Just
Go ahead, Caleb, you want to say something while he's looking for that?
Yeah, no, I think you're exactly right about the Jameson Williams thing, and I said it last week on the show, kind of about Sam Laporta, and is he kind of going to get lost in this offense? And he did yesterday. He was. You sent a couple clips. He was open. In the middle of the field, which is where the Lions lived last year, and they're going away from it. They looked the whole game. They looked like they were struggling to find their identity, and yeah, just it's all going to get smoothed out. The sky's not falling, but that was definitely a tough loss, especially because we leaned on our offense a lot last year, and the offense lost us the game. So it was a tough one, but like I said, sky's not falling. We're still going to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, sky's definitely not falling because, as you said, watching it, Laporta was open. And if you're Ben Johnson, Jared Goff, you go back and look at that same shit, you know that's available to you come next week. Or just moving on to the future. Nick, what's your take on the game?
It was extremely disappointing. I'm trying not to overreact in the booth today, which I'm trying to get better at.
Let it out,
personally. But I honestly think it shouldn't be lost in the sauce that I thought there were some god-awful calls early in that game with cornerbacks getting to wide receivers early. And maybe that was a big reason where they just could not get on the same page to save a life. Like Jared Goff, I've never seen look worse in a Detroit Lions uniform. Even going back to his rookie or his first year in Detroit, he should have had 6 interceptions. He looked lost all day long. And yes, we do need to get the ball to Demont and Gibbs way more because when he's at his best, it is those play action bombs and going open downfield. I don't know exactly what it is that's missing. I mean, one guy that I haven't been too impressed with is the Pro Bowler that we signed in the offseason, Zeitler. I want to see them protect the middle a little bit more to give Jared Goff a little bit more room to function, step up in the pocket, and hit his wide receivers where he can actually have the throwing power to do so. Because it seemed like he was just short on basically all of his throws yesterday.
Yeah, I want to give a little bit of credit to Tampa Bay as well. Their defense, just watching it back. And even listening to Lil Taylor Decker post-game as well. He said there's a lot of 5-man fronts that they run. But the thing with it is you just don't know what 5 men they're sending your way. Sometimes it's a cornerback on a blitz. Sometimes it's another linebacker. But it leaves you in those one-on-one matchups for your offensive linemen to win. And when JG was not taking the Sam Laporta throw that's right there, or even Amon-Ra, the one I said earlier too, and he's looking down the field, which say what you want, that's just not his strength. I'm not saying he can't do it at all.
Yes.
But it's just not his strength. This offense, last year we talked about it, his time in the pocket, his time to throw was 2.5 seconds. He's in and out, in and out, in and out. You can't, one-on-one matchups, one-on-one blocks against this defensive front or just this defensive mind in Todd Bowles, you're not going to survive that long enough to find a ball down the field vertically. And I wonder if that's a game plan because they lost their safety, but that kid Whitehead was balling out too.
He was balling out, but it was there. The plays were there to be made.
They were there to be made.
The scheme.
And that's why you shouldn't be freaking out.
Yeah, the scheme, if we didn't like it, if we didn't agree with it, it worked. There were winning scenarios, there were open receivers, there were things they just did not execute. We do have this graphic when everybody talks about how the offense was so bad, we needed to change the game plan. If that is what your offense results in, that is a fantastic day on offense. 11 catches, 119 yards for St. Brown, 11 carries, 70 yards for Montgomery, 13 carries, 106 yards for Gibbs, 5 receptions, 94 yards for JMO. That's your offense functioning fantastically. It was just when they got in the red zone, poor decisions were made, and they did not execute. And when you go 1 for 7 in the red zone, you're not going to win a lot of games. Flat out.
Yes, I broke down, too, because I'm just wondering, what the fuck is happened? I mean, there's tons of stuff I could jump into, but just the red zone alone, you had 13 passing plays, so just 7 run plays. You had 1 touchdown in the entire game. You know what it was on?
Running the ball.
Running the ball.
Were you able to find that one that we were talking about before the show?
I was. I had to hop on another little podcast thing I got invited to, but I saw the one that you sent me afterward that Noah posted.
Yeah.
And it was you have Sam Laporta is not being utilized right now.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. That's why I think you're overstimulated with the emergence of JMO because again, bread and butter last year was Amon-Ra, Laporta over the middle, short and sweet, run the ball. Laporta, there's so many times. I sent you guys in chat. How many videos I sent, Caleb, you think, just off the top of your head?
How many what? Sorry.
How many videos do you think I sent in the chat?
Oh, yeah.
5 or 6.
Brother, that wasn't even the first half.
Yeah.
I didn't even make out the first half. I just didn't want to annoy the fuck out of you guys. It was bad. I mean, I think there's overstimulated with trying to get James with the ball and making these big plays, but the part that scared me a little bit, and I'll just bring some numbers in this. I know we're kind of going over it, right? Because then we get back. I'll tease it. That's probably the right way to do it, right?
Yeah.
I'll tease that one.
We do got to go to break. Tell us about Mark White.
I'll tell you about Mark White. If, you're
Mark White
been outed as a Jared Goff hater,
You're right.
and people are burning stakes in your yard and calling you at 7:07 in the morning and saying go Jared Goff and hanging up, then you should call Mark White. Get yourself a new home, man. That's 248-290-8242. Or visit markwhitesells.com. You can save you up to $5,000 on your closing costs. And also, you want to make some money tonight by betting against Caleb.
Just go to Caesar Sportsbook to make that bet. If I told you can place a bet up to $1,000, and if you lose, get that bet back, would you think I'm crazy? Scan this QR code, enter the code Woodward1000, and if your first bet doesn't hit, like none of Caleb's did this week, you'll get your deposit back up to $1,000. Caleb probably wishes he could get his bets back because he wouldn't have to be in that hot dog suit. But that's not how it works in the real world. It's only how it works at Caesar Sportsbook. Minimum bet just $20, but it can be up to $1,000, and you'll get it back if you lose. Woodward1000 is the promo code. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app today, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
What up, there? Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live, WoodsportsCom. He's joined by Spinmo Rex, Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, a.k.a. Microwave Nick. Let's go. Get the cam on Caleb the Explosive. Today's explosive, because everyone knows what happens with a hot dog when you leave it in the microwave a little bit too long.
Yes.
Oof. Today you earned your nickname. Shout out. Anyway, back to the lecture at hand. So I was kind of just going off first and foremost just about the passing. There's just no fucking way in hell that Jared Goff should, and not in the disrespectful way, but no way he should have thrown that ball 55 times.
No.
I looked it up, went back, did the homework. I believe it's 6 and 10 in games he's thrown the ball 55 or more times.
Yeah.
That's just not a recipe for success, especially here in Detroit where we've predicated this offense. And he's the best play action quarterback in the league. I've never denied that. But the play action is when you're faking the run. That's the purpose of play action.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. There's no reason for that to happen in this offense. I don't care if the run's not working. You don't throw the ball 55 times a game. You still try to run it. Because they'll break one. Monty will break one. Gibbs will break one. Like, that's going to happen. You have to run the ball. And that's why it's not 100% on Jared Goff.
No.
But, I mean, he's a third at least. So
into the chat, Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson needs to be
have to know
that.
better.
Yeah.
That game is not going your way with throwing the football like that. Run the fucking ball. The running backs yesterday averaged 4.9 yards per carry. It's not that they're getting stuffed in every single play. At moments they did. In the red zone, there's a few plays. There's one play they picked up Monty and they fucking shoved them back like they're in the mafia and he owed them some money or something like that.
Yeah, they did.
Or he was trying to get in the club. He wasn't allowed. Like that happened, but you still keep chugging. The little train that could chugga. We did it last week, man. Just last week. I don't know. And Vita Vea was gone the second half.
Yeah. That's what I was.
There's no excuse for that.
What
when Vita Vea leaves the game, you should run the ball 10 times in a row.
Right in the fucking middle.
Right up the middle. There's no excuse for that at all.
What do you guys think Ben Johnson was thinking? Like, honestly, that's got to be the worst game that he's ever been the offensive coordinator for.
Well,
I can only assume is that with the amount of injuries they had in the secondary that they wanted to go over the top and beat them vertically just because of the injuries and whatnot. But, like, that's just it's not how we operate. And then the other thing, too, and just real quick, Chris, because I want to get this out the way while it's kind of relevant. Why I got scared initially is I went back, and let me pull up my phone so I can be accurate on this, too. Because I'm trying to figure out, like, because this is 2 games in a row. Like, a lot of people say, yeah, it's one bad game. It's the worst of the 2 games. But in actuality, passing these 2 bad games. These aren't good games at all. I went back and just to see how defense played the Detroit Lions like the previous years. It go into 22, and I get Ben Johnson only there for like half that season. The Detroit Lions were only playing zone coverage 64% of the time. Go back to 2023. That zone coverage went up a little bit. You remember, we eat in the middle of the field. Zone coverage jumped up to 70%. This year, these guys looking as bad as they have. Not great. I don't want to say bad. We have to say it was bad. 80% of the time, they're playing zone coverage. Specifically yesterday, cover 3, where the extra safeties is literally dropping down into the fucking box. I pulled Jared Goff's numbers. Most quarterbacks are better throwing against the stacked box. Jared Goff's numbers are actually worse against the stacked box. You want to know why? Those extra buys in the box.
Linebackers in the middle.
In the middle of the field.
Clog some shit up.
And that's where I got a little bit scared. But then, like, went back to the tape that shared with you guys today. There's still guys open, though.
Yes.
And that's where they have to learn. And that's why I have faith it's not going to be bad. But defenses are trying. They're kind of figuring it out a little bit.
They're figuring it out a little bit. They know the strengths. They know what this offense wants to do, what it's predicated to do. And so I feel like Ben Johnson is trying to get away from that a little bit because he knows the defense knows what they're doing. I don't care. Do it still. Stop it. Make them stop you.
Yeah.
Do it until they prove they can stop you. I don't care if they're giving you looks that look like they're going to be able to stop the play you called.
Yeah.
It's a difference between knowing what somebody's going to do and stopping what they're going to do. So you need to keep doing what this offense was designed to do, what Jared Goff does best, until the defense starts to stop it. Then you can switch some things up. But I thought that they were also predictable with their plays, designs, and formations.
Some plays were just fucking bad.
I remember last year, all the time, you wouldn't know what they would do. They would do the opposite of what you thought they would do. They'd bring in 3 receivers, and then they'd run the ball. They'd bring in 2 tight ends and a fullback, and they pass out of that. And this week, it didn't feel like that. It felt like when you saw the lineup, when you saw the team that was out there, the situation and the down and distance, you could easily expect what they were going to do. And they showed you what they were going to do, basically. They didn't have any disguise of any of their play calls. And so that made it tougher. They still got guys open. Some of the play design still worked, but the offense never had a rhythm. So they didn't hit those balls that we normally see them do.
And just real quick, speaking of showing you what we're doing, I mean, just Q pull up either the heat map or Goff's passing bins just from like this year, just to give you guys like evidence. This is where the ball's been going.
Yeah.
Right around across the middle of the field or right around the line of scrimmage. You can't really tell on that one, but there's like a thick blue line towards the bottom there. It's like the second line up. That's your typical line of scrimmage. The heat maps are where the ball's going to most. And if you want to do the percentages, when we go beyond that, you start leaving your success. The left part of the field is more green because Jared Goff's right-handed. He's able to whip that thing down there. It's kind of like the Aaron Rodgers eye patch thing. But we start going a little bit further than that, where we eat, it's not successful. Stop doing it. Or if you're going to do it, at least set up the run so it stops them. And just to give you guys, to calm your nerves a little bit, can you show some of the screenshots of open Sam Laporta?
Yep.
And these are just 3 of them. I have like 6 or 7 of these. I probably could play the videos you'd like, but.
Here's one.
You see Laporta out there in the flats almost?
Wide open.
Yep.
Right, here's another.
That's where Laporta made his money last year.
Laporta wide the fuck up right there.
Wide open in the middle.
He was, I believe that's Tim Patrick on the right or Cleve Frame. I think it's Tim Patrick. And we got another one.
And then one more.
So like that's why you can calm down a little bit because this Laporta's open.
The plays are there to be made.
Yes, plays are there to be made. And I know Amon-Ra had the numbers. I know Jamal had the 19 targets to get there though for Amon-Ra. I think it was like 11 targets for Jamal to get there too. Yeah. It's not great.
I think a lot of this comes down to Ben Johnson. We've heard this before that he scripts not only he scripts games in advance, like multiple weeks in advance. He's already thinking about where the offense should be week 8 and the moves he wants to play. And we've heard that phrase iterated many times, and I think that's really what it is. We've also heard a lot in this summer. This is offense 401 of this offense, or this is version 401 of this offense. So I think it is him trying to force his hand there, but he's got to read it. I mean, I heard a stat, and it blew my mind that passing all across the league is down right now. I mean, you had only 33 touchdowns, only 33 passing touchdowns last week. That is insane. That is an insanely low number. People are running the ball, and the Lions are built to run. So I just don't understand it as a simple adjustment. And the one Easy and I were talking about was a play where it's a red zone trip. It's third down, and you motion Laporta to block instead of be a receiver when it's a passing play. And I don't know if it's just trying to, again, fool the offense and the defense and make them think this is a run play. But why would you take out your best red zone threat, or one of your best red zone threats right there? So I just there was a lot of things that made me scratch my head with the game plan of this. It's not just entirely on Goff, but Goff also did not execute. He did not.
Also threw some bad passes.
He did not, and that's okay to say. Like, it's not okay for it to happen, and it definitely can't happen again. But Sean Belizean brought it up on Big D Energy. Like, this team has a credit line now.
Yes.
Like, they booked good faith. So we're not just going to overreact. And I know some people are. I saw people on Twitter. I saw people in the chat all day. They're freaking out and saying everything's over and being children about it. But that was me last year.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that this year because I've seen what this team can do. Mm-hmm. I've seen Jared Goff have games like this before and bounce back. And Neil said it's been 2 years since they've lost back-to-back games. Mm-hmm. This is not a team that continually shows bad habits. They see that, they get in the film, they fix them, and they make some things happen. And like Chris said, what Ben Johnson had been saying throughout the year, what Dan Campbell had said, that this is offense 401. It's a graduate level course. Maybe they should go back to offense 334.
She got a little too advanced.
Maybe you should go back to offense 328. Have it be a junior level course, and make sure you're clicking before you take that graduate level class. Yeah. So I think we need to simplify things a little bit, get back to what made us our money last year, and go out there and take care of business against Arizona.
Teams can know the middle of that field is coming, but that's the beautiful thing about this offensive line and having Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery is run the fucking ball in that situation. Last week, they knew what was coming, play after play. And it's like the Marshawn Lynch thing, talking about over and over and over and over and over. Because it doesn't fucking matter. We're going to bully ball you because we can.
And that's
stepping away from that that's not Dan Campbell football. That's not biting your kneecap off. We try to get a little too flashy there.
Lunchbox Hooligans says, Spenny, did the offensive line look off yesterday? Because it seemed like some of the issue. Yeah, they're going to look off when you throw the ball 55 times a game. If you don't establish your run and don't run the ball, it makes it a lot harder for the offensive linemen when they're constantly having to move backwards and they can't move forward and drive people. It makes it much easier for the defensive line and the defense in general to send stunts and send blitzes when they know you're going to be pass protecting every single snap. It makes it harder for those guys. You need to keep a defense and a defensive coordinator off balance. You give a guy like Todd Bowles with that defense 55 passes a game where he can pin his secondary's ears back and send the house, it's not going to look good. And that's what happened.
The other thing, too, is you got 5-man fronts, those one-on-one matchups. And this is where people will start to say some hater shit. But, like, JG doesn't move. He's not going to recreate a pocket. So if you don't get the ball out real quick to the Laportas and whatnot, it's a wrap.
And two,
it's GG's.
Another thing too, if people want to, overreact to these and, saying history repeats itself and all of that, to go to Sean's point about, that's a bar. No, it's not. But it's not. Yeah, it's really not. But J. Cole thought he got it off.
He got it off. You guys just hating.
But
ass motherfuckers.
Nah. That's a good.
Carry on.
Anyways,
J. Cole's
anyways,
feature sucks.
To point to the line of credit thing, if you want to just go with the history and the trends of things, like, haven't we also seen Goff have that massive streak with no interceptions? But then what happens when he threw an interception? He jumbled quite a few over the next couple games. And then same thing last year when he had that little interception spurt in 3 games. Like, history, there's trends here that show you, okay, eventually he's going to get right. He's going to right this ship. So this is early in the season. I'd rather be now than later. Let's work these kinks out while you're figuring out the offense 401 and all of the. Let's have these bad trends now. Let's get them out the way. Let's build winning habits. Let's give this team reason to stay hungry and locked in. I don't see how you can look at this in a super negative light.
Yeah, and we got obviously a lot to talk about. We're going to talk a lot of Detroit Lions. We might bring in some college football because Michigan State's 3-0. They look like the best team in the state. But we're gonna go to that later. We do got to go to break right now though. Nick, tell us about the pregame show.
Woodward and Maine, with insights from Detroit sports media legend Terry Foster and rising star Matt Broder. Get ready, Detroit. It's every Sunday, 8 to 9 a.m. And after that, make sure you guys check out the New Holland Brewing Company pregame show. It's game day. Neil Rule and Sean Belegian bring you the best Lions pregame show. Sunday at 10 a.m. to noon on Woodward Sports, live at second best bar in Detroit. It's the best bar in Detroit. It's not even close. Brought to you by Tangerine Space Machine, Taller Your Local Long Drink, Sabbath Coffee, and Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey.
Quick update before I get this read. Cooper Kupp looks like he's headed to the IR. But speaking of the New Holland beverage selection, have you heard of a long drink, the gin-based cocktail? We've got one made right here in Michigan with an all-natural ingredients for better flavor. Taller, the Dutch long drink from New Holland Brewing Company is shoulders above the rest. Made from New Holland small batch gin, 100% real grapefruit puree for a fresh and delicious flavor. Taller is your local long drink. I was pounding these at the pregame show. They are so good. Make sure you tap into Taller long drink from New Holland Brewing Company.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How? Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Ham for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. And catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
Check it out.
Jesus.
What?
Rip.
Stripes.
What up, welcome back to World Heavyweights, livewoodsports.com. I'm Easy Joe Mespimo, Raxter, Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, Caleb the Explosive.
Go.
Speaking of stripes, and I'm just getting this out of the way, it's not even on the topic sheet real quick, but like, those referees are awful. Both ways.
Both ways. Missed a lot of calls.
Awful officiating.
Obviously, that first interception that Jared Goff threw,
yeah,
that was a blatant missed call. They were hugging Jameson Williams in the middle of the field.
And then you got the ticky-tacky bullshit called on.
Yeah, on Terrion.
Which, real quick, by the way, that defense,
beautiful.
Mamma mia.
Yeah, beautiful defense.
I mean, Baker, those guys were only in red zone twice.
Mm-hmm.
Only 2 times they made it to the fucking red zone.
We talked about Aiden Hutchinson. That's one of the best single-game performances I've seen a Detroit Lion have since
insane.
Calvin 300.
Yeah, since Calvin's 300-yard game.
That was...
Aiden Hutchinson was the best player on the field yesterday. He was absolutely nuts, flying around everywhere, making plays. Obviously, 4.5 sacks, which could have been 5. It was crazy. I was really impressed to see that out of Hutchinson. We said, we needed to see a jump from him this year, and that's exactly what he's doing. DJ Reader being back, Terrell Williams out there, cooking stunts for Aiden Hutchinson, having him rush from inside, moving him around the defensive line. You love to see that. You love to see him, as I know it's only 2 games, but the best pass rusher in the NFL right now. Like I said, that was the single best individual performance I've seen from a Detroit Lions since Calvin Johnson had over 300 yards in a game. Like, it was nuts.
Baker Mayfield only completed 12 passes.
Yeah.
63%, under 200 yards. Made the bet with the boys, by the way, too. Told you they're not going to – no one's running for 100 yards in this team.
Yes.
Unless it's like – I'm not only want to say the things that would have to take place for people to run 100 yards, but it's not happening. Nick, you be quiet, man. What's up?
Dude, Baker and his legs. I was scared going into this. I knew it was an underrated part of it. He took over the game with his legs on that one drive.
Put Malcolm in a highlight, bro. That was not
cool.
Dude,
horrible. So they got to get better at scheming up against quarterbacks that have some mobility. Like, I know Aaron Glenn does not throw out quarterback spies, but maybe he might start he needs to more, I think. Because I think that's a massive reason why they lost this game. But the thing that concerns me the most is obviously the offense. But I think they have everything in place to finally figure it out. They just need to get on the same page. They look like they miss a guy in Josh Reynolds right now, to be honest. Like, something's not clicking with Jared Goff in this offense. You have 2 All-Pros. St. Brown didn't get started week 1 against the Rams. We know that. He struggled. Maybe his worst game as a pro. Sam Laporta, week 2, absolutely nothing. Like, you got to be able to utilize these guys better while still fit. Like, getting Jameson Williams involved. So I don't know how it's going to come, but you better gear up because Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals look pretty damn good. And speak about mobility, you're going to need to figure out how the hell you're going to stop Kyler.
Going to need to stop Kyler for sure. Keep him in the pocket. That is something that they've struggled with for a while. But looking at this offense, and you brought up Josh Reynolds, and you to say that is big of you, Nick, because you're the biggest Josh Reynolds hater in the world.
Yeah.
But you're right, because what was Josh Reynolds last year? He was Mr. First Down. It was 3rd and Reynolds. Like, when we got into situations where it was 3rd and medium, 3rd and long, Jared Goff would give the ball to Josh Reynolds and he would catch the ball for first downs. It was like 90-something% of his catches were either first downs or touchdowns. That's important when it goes to extending drives, making plays. He hasn't found that guy yet this year. We assumed it would be Amon-Ra St. Brown. We assumed Sam Laporta would take some of that. Sam Laporta's been MIA. Jared Goff has not gotten him the ball. I think that is the easy fix for me. For those 3rd and mediums, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7s, where you used to look for Josh Reynolds, you used to get the ball to Josh Reynolds to extend these drives and to make plays. Even in the red zone, you've got this 6'5", 6'6" tight end out there that gets open, catches the ball strong, and can make people miss. Get him the ball. He is a drive extender. He is a red zone weapon. He needs to be much more involved in these 2 areas that we were lacking yesterday. We're extending drives and finishing in the red zone. And no shit, Sam Laporta didn't do anything yesterday, because if he did, those wouldn't have been problems, because that's where this guy will eat.
Speaking of mid-sized tight ends, Nick, your boy Brock Bowers, 98 yards yesterday and a W, huh?
Too early for the victory lap or what? He looks damn good.
So. I mean, listen, Gardner Minshew been throwing him that thing.
Looks like one of the best tight ends in the league already.
How about them Raiders, huh?
That's too far. Yeah, Raiders got the dub.
Dude, so many crazy games yesterday.
There's some crazy games.
A lot of upsets.
Yeah, I'm not really pressed for like the Josh Reynolds stuff. I mean, it would be nice if Josh Reynolds, but I'm watching a little bit. You saw Tim Patrick, or at least me. I'm kind of comfortable with him like taking over that role.
Yes,
it's just the vertical throws, comeback routes, or like it's stuff that not comeback routes. I'm sorry, digs,
5-yard outs and shit.
Yeah, but even deeper than that, it's like I don't love it when JG throws outside the numbers. You don't know what you're gonna get sometimes. So I think he can fulfill that. It's just run the fucking ball.
Run the ball.
I mean, I think that's the easiest answer to this. For me personally, if we're going to go 3 and out, at least give me 1 to 2 runs.
Yeah.
Please, because there's some moments yesterday where we fucking ran the ball or passed the ball 3 times.
What about Dan Campbell getting scared?
I don't think he got scared.
For punting and not kicking?
Did you look? There's an NFL service that like breaks down the percentile of cowardice punting, is what it's called.
59-yarder that would have been.
Yeah, but like you either go for it or you kick the field goal. That's what you brought in Jake Bates for.
What point in the game was that?
It wasn't 59. It was 55.
No, it would have been 59.
I thought it was 58.
59-yard would have been.
But still, you kick the field goal. You
59-yard. What are we doing?
You brought in Jake Bates for that. He's got a big leg.
He's looked good too.
He's looked good. That's what he does.
I would have kicked the field goal.
Kick that field goal. That game, you probably win that game.
And let's talk about the debacle before halftime. Jesus Christ, that was an elementary mistake.
Yeah,
what are we doing?
Those two things.
Dan can't do that. Jared A can't throw that ball. B, Dan Campbell cannot. God, who's our special teams coach?
Dave Phipp.
That sounds.
He's a great one.
Yeah, and he fucked up. You win that game if you kick that field goal before half.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, unacceptable for a team that is trying to go for a goddamn 1 seed. That's a big loss, and that's a mental mistake.
Those are Bush League things. Those are mistakes that teams who want to win Super Bowls don't do.
Inexcusable.
You need to make that happen. You have to be crisp. You have to execute. Those are on Dan Campbell. Those are Dan Campbell's faults. And he needs to be better, and he needs to be on top of that. And he admitted that. He said, I lost that game.
Yeah.
Because he kind of did.
It's true. It's like when, a while back, 2 years ago, maybe it was it was 2 years ago. We were still in the strip club. And
shout out.
JG threw, I think it was either 1 or 2 pick sixes in the Seattle game.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the difference in the game, ladies and gentlemen.
It was one.
And quite literally was. Like, the point differential was that pick six. And everyone was still blaming the defense. The defense gave up this many points. No, 7 of those points came from the quarterback. Yesterday, 3 points you could have put on the board, your coach. That one's on him.
It cost you.
In the same way. The same net swing right there. Because instead of
needing a field
goal,
goal
for
at the end
whatever
of the game.
fucking reason, throwing it short of the sticks and short of the end zone, you're kicking that field goal and you're up in that game.
Yeah.
That was so stupid.
With your defense playing.
That shit, I couldn't even that shit was driving me crazy.
Made no sense.
Throwing behind the sticks and not in the end zone?
Yeah.
What in the actual fuck was that?
Plus, you bring in Tim Patrick, and you got the size. If you want to just toss it up in the end zone, give him a shot at it.
You have to. You need a touchdown in that situation. What are we pussyfooting around for without any timeouts? That shit was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was crazy as fuck.
That's terrible.
What are you throwing in the middle of the field for? A play needs to be made. I didn't understand that. That shit.
Absolutely nonsensical play calling. You can't let that happen. Caleb, how do you feel about it?
But real quick, though, Campbell, I'm just giving him credit real quick as a leader, just taking the responsibility and blaming himself because he's not the one that stepped on the field. He just didn't have his team disciplined enough where that didn't happen. But he was the one that stepped on the fucking field. Fuck whoever that was. I still love you, though. You're Detroit Lion, but still, you fucked up. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, Caleb.
Yeah, no, I've been trying. I mean, besides J-Mo, I'd say, besides J-Mo, Gibbs, St. Brown in a nice day, I'm really trying to see anything to like about the offense yesterday. And I really can't find anything. I mean, and whether who you pin that blame on.
They moved the ball between the 20s.
Yeah, but I mean, when you talk about the red zone, does Laporte only have I think you said it, does Laporte only having 3 targets have anything to do with us sucking in the red zone?
Yes.
Like, why is he not getting the ball? He was an all-pro last year.
Mm-hmm. And he's probably your best red zone threat.
Yeah, and, Monty only playing 35% of the snaps. That's a guy that won you the game last Sunday. And but what makes me feel better about it is that there's a reason that teams were drooling over Ben Johnson in the offseason, wanted him to be the head coach. He's probably looking at the same things we are, and same with JG, saying, "Holy shit, this was a fucking disaster. What happened?" And changes will be made. I just think we have to go back to our roots, which we will. I still don't understand why you ran 83 plays and only came away with 16 points and threw the ball 55 times. I'll never understand that, but.
Dan Campbell spoke today. They said they wanted the pass to open up the run. And I love Dan Campbell. I really do. And I love Ben Johnson. You guys know I'm a Ben Johnson stan. Half you guys hate me because I credit Ben Johnson more than I do solely JG. I think we found out yesterday, by the way, JG needs shit to go right? But either way, when the fuck have you ever heard of passing to open up the run? I've only ever heard of running to open up the pass.
So
just inexcusable for me.
Getting too cute.
Yeah, if that's the case, I hope you learn a lesson not to do that ever again. Ever again.
Do you guys think the Bucs are legit?
Yeah.
I think they're a good team.
I was the one saying that spread made no sense last week.
Team, though. We dominated them. When you look at the total yards, the time of possession, the total snaps. We dominated that team, and then we shit our pants when we got in the red zone.
I still think they're a credible team.
They're a good team.
Yeah,
sure.
The whole week I was telling you guys I don't understand that spread. That spread made 0 sense to me.
Well, we should have won by 3 scores.
The whole game, it just felt like you even see like last year, like we would run 2-minute drills, like important ones where we needed points, and we'd still run the ball.
Yeah.
But the whole game, correct me if I'm wrong, were we down 2 scores at any point in that game yesterday?
I don't believe
Why
so.
are you throwing the ball on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But like I said, things are going to get cleaned up because Ben Johnson's a top 3, maybe the best OC in the league. But yesterday, that was a disaster yesterday.
There's one red zone rep. I do want to give Vita Vea some credit. I think I sent that one too. That boy, he's a problem.
He is a problem.
Frank had a bad day yesterday, that first half of Vita.
This play just came in my. What was that? That little speed option that golfer. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, 13 passing plays, 7 run plays, and one of them was a Jared Goff.
There's no way Goff keeps that football in any scenario, right?
I mean, he got the first down. I'm not even mad at him.
That was,
nobody else see the
where
comment.
is that in the playbook? I don't know. Things are going to get cleaned up here.
Yeah, they have to. We do got to go to breakdown. Tell us about Swiss.
I'll tell you guys about Swiss Insurance, guys. If you guys are running speed options with your quarterback and he is a focal point of your offense, then you might want to get some insurance. Why don't you dial my guy Mark up, 313-530-1698, or email him directly. You're great for every individual Detroit Lions player, Mark at SwissINS.com. Make sure the man knows he's getting his money's worth at Swiss. It's Mark over at Swiss, 313-530-1698.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Where is it? There it is.
It's the Randy Wise Automotive Team Celebrity Golf Tour, guys. Scan the QR code above my head or visit woodwardsports.com for your opportunity to join the likes of Calvin Johnson, Braylon Edwards, Darren McCarty, and the infamous Tim McCollum here at Woodward Sports Sales Department. It's the Randy Wise Automotive Team Celebrity Golf Tour.
Check it out.
Check it out. What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. Your boy Easy, joined by Spin More Rax.
Hello.
Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, Caleb the Explosive, and somehow, some way, Drunk Spinny invited this guy back.
He took advantage of me.
After a loss. Where's your cousin by? Supposed to be able to eat my feelings right now.
Is it there?
No.
No.
Unless the girls didn't bring it in.
I mean, you have to check it out with that, man. I mean, I heard we were eating cats up there, so I was like, I'm gonna send my boys some real food. Get you guys some lamb shawarma, some falafel sandwiches, some hummus, man, and hook you guys up in the studio, because I understand it's kind of a momentous occasion for half the show, right? Because my boy Easy's actually celebrating the Jared Goff parade, and finally that Jared Goff is not who you guys think he is parade, right?
I'm not in a loss.
No, man. Hey, hell of a game, honestly. Really, I'm not just saying that because we won. I'm saying that was a hell of a game.
That sucked. I had a front row seat for that game. That sucked. Our offense.
They showed you on TV.
Yeah, I know. I was crying.
And Neil, not even cheering on third down, just throwing a fit. What was that shit?
I don't know.
Guy's not even a real fan.
I saw you on the screen, and I said, "This is a big play coming up here." And boy's he's chilling in his seat. He's not even standing up. And I started questioning your fanhood right there. I thought maybe,
he was up. He was bent down.
Oh, I was bent over. Yeah, pause. Because I was, front row.
He might have been multiple 3 inches. I don't know.
You should have been standing up, man. You got to stand up, especially
when I'm on offense.
Great,
you got if the team's on offense, you got to settle down a little bit and let them cook. But I was up for defense. That's why,
I guess. Well, listen,
lost my voice a little bit.
I heard you guys, as you guys are about to go into break, talking about why you didn't run the ball, right? And in the first half, listen, Vita Vea is a run clogging monster, and that's what that's really why the Bucs have been so good at stopping the run for so many years since he's been here, honestly. And so going into a game like that, you think, all right, we're not going to ram our heads into a wall there, but you can also, kind of run around it. But he does pose problems. But in the second half, when he comes out of the game, I fully expected you guys to run the ball more. It didn't happen. I don't know if it was, again, most offensive coordinators do this. We had John Gruden here for years. He would do the same thing. He would just get overly excited and think that the run was just dead for good and just go pass happy with, which honestly I thought would be the way to go considering our secondary injuries. But, it's just one of those things, guys, is a physical game. And I'm surprised. I'm honestly very surprised how physical the Bucs were able to play with you guys, honestly.
Yeah, that kind of blew my mind. The shawarma was here, by the way. The receptionist just she's jealous. I don't even know what the hell that was. But, yeah, it kind of blew my mind, man. Like, especially, like you said, the second half with Vita Vea absent, not running that ball. And Jared Goff, God bless him, 55 times, bro. You're not, like, I said earlier, his record 6-10.
Games.
Yeah. Bro, I believe most quarterbacks are on, like, I looked up Josh Allen, I looked up Patrick Mahomes. They're obviously got winning records doing it. But everybody else is around, like, 30% winning percentage, like, throwing that many times. It's not a recipe when you're that one-dimensional to win games. It's just not.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're going in an overtime game,
yes,
I can kind of see the scenario, right?
Exactly.
But again, even with Tom Brady, like, Tom Brady's the GOAT. He didn't want to pass the ball more than 42 or 43 times. At that point, he's calling it pass happy or pass crazy.
Yeah.
But, man, at some point, too, I think the credit just has to go to the Bucs defense to be able to go in there and punch you guys in the mouth a little bit and answer the call, play a little MCDC type style of football. But when you guys got into the red zone, I think, for those of you guys, your fans don't watch a lot of Bucs games, but that's kind of been our thing. Is like we kind of bend, but we don't break, and we just kind of hang our hat on getting you to kick field goals. And that's something that I was honestly surprised we were able to do without Antoine back there because he's such a key part of that.
Yo, Whitehead was able balling.
Whitehead. I mean, Servassier Dennis, second-year player, didn't play much last year as a rookie because of the guys ahead of him. He gets in there, he balls out. I mean, he goes nuts. And then we had Jamel Dean playing hard. We had Tyke Smith had in the week. I don't think he practiced once the entire week. He had the flu. Comes in there, has a flu game against you guys. Ironically, he wears number 23. So just, all these guys, unsung heroes, came in there and played hard and just answered the bell, honestly. And in the red zone, I know you guys are upset that you guys aren't scoring. You get into the red zone this many times, but man, you guys got to give credit to the team that stops you. Both sides got to play ball, man.
Yeah,
both sides got to play ball.
You guys' 5-man front was fucking us up too. Those individual blocking assignments, like we didn't know who that fifth man was going to be each and every time. Today I was watching the film. Todd Bowles, I get it now. It's like fuck, he's just mixing it up every time. You don't really know what you're getting every single play. And speaking of giving people credit, where's your cousin's spot?
Shout out to Shish Kebab Express.
Shish Kebab Express.
It is in Birmingham. Yes. I'm Woodward. Right, Stevens and Woodward.
This is the most stereotypical name.
This is some good falafel. This is really good. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys should have a couple in there. Yeah, some meat in there, some falafel for the veggies. I don't know if either of you guys are vegetarians, but nonetheless.
No, dude. I appreciate you. This is I need to eat my feelings right now, honestly.
You like to see that, man? This is good. This is good. It's a good like friendship thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice gesture, right? We're breaking bread while I'm gloating about the win, right?
Yeah. Real quick, how scared were you in game with the Aiden Hutchinson shit? That was crazy. He was going. I get Gadecki's out. I get it, but still, I mean, tackles miss games every day. You don't see that every day.
He's a game wrecker. So I go into that game, even with our starting guys, you're thinking he's going to get a couple, right? He's going to get a couple of plays. You got best thing you could do against those guys, the Watts of the world, Khalil Max back in the day. You just got to minimize how often they do that and minimize the impact that they have on that game. But he kept us out of our offense, honestly. If we had our starting right tackle to just remotely slow him down, this game's probably not very close considering how our defense is playing. But having him, not there, obviously, and having Skule playing, who's not a very good tackle, as you guys saw, I was just a little surprised that the Bucs, I don't want to say surprised that they couldn't chip on him, but I think they overestimated how well they could block him with help. Kate Otten, great tight end, in terms of what he is asked to do. Not a good blocker. You guys saw that. He's not a good blocker. When the guys are chipping, you got to hold that chip a little bit longer. And he kept you guys in that game, and it was pretty wild to see, honestly. Like 4.5 sacks. That's pretty crazy. You don't see that.
That was crazy.
But he kept you guys in that game. And anytime we had momentum, and I was like, all right, here we go, another score. We're going home. And he would just make a play. And he was impacting the run game. He was impacting the pass game. It was just it was insane, man. And for it to come down to our defense to have to make the play, we haven't seen that in a while, since the Super Bowl year, honestly, where we've just usually not been able to seal that deal. Most of the time, it's been a guy like Carlton Davis missing an assignment down the field, giving up a touchdown, right? And that's really what it was most of the time. A guy like that, or Ryan Neal. And it worked out in our favor.
I have a question. So we had a topic last Friday, and we were trying to figure out, outside of our division, who are our rivals. And the Rams, I feel like you could kind of put on there, although we've been beating them. I might have to put you guys there now, too. As frequently as we saw you recently, former NFC Central guys, obviously yesterday, would you agree? Are we one of your guys' rivals? Does it feel that way for you guys or no?
So it's funny, as I was driving, taking my kids to school this morning, I was thinking about it on the way home. I was like, man, we played these guys, 4 times now? Or 3 times? I think if we go back a few more years, it's been 4 or 5 times total over the last something odd number of years, right? And it's gotten really intense the last 3. A playoff game. And it's like cyclical with us. We hated the Rams for a while because they beat us in the NFC Championship with Sean King, and then we had to beat the crap out of them every year after that until we finally got a Super Bowl. And then it turned into the Eagles. We could never get over the Eagles hump. And then it turned into the Saints because the Saints would always beat us, but we'd always, get by them somehow when it mattered. And we finally beat them in the playoffs for a game that ended up, we go on and win the Super Bowl. And then it kind of a little bit reverted back to the Eagles, and now it's you guys. And I'm like, this could be a thing, and we're going to see you guys probably in the playoffs again, right? If things go a certain way, we're going to match up at some point. So we're right back at it. 4 matchups in 2 years. It's going to be pretty wild, dude. In a playoff game again, you guys will probably be the 6th seed because Green Bay is going to run away with the division, or Minnesota. So it'll be in our house. No, but dude, it's getting there. It feels like the old school days. And back when you guys were in Central, it was a Barry Sanders show. So it wasn't even really a rivalry. We just hated you guys because of him. We literally hated you guys because of him. But if I remember correctly, his last game ever was against the Bucs in a playoff game, in the last game at the Big Sombrero, after his 2,000 yards, if I remember correctly.
Who won?
And the Bucs won. We went on. That was our first playoff game in millions of years. Tony Dungy's first playoff game. His first year wearing red and pewter. You guys had just gotten 2,000 yards with Barry the week before against the Jets. You guys come to our house. He's owned us the entire season at that point, and we held him to 27 yards in that playoff game. And we win that game, and then we go to Green Bay and we get destroyed in the cold weather. But I remember that game pretty vividly. I don't know if that was his last game ever, but I have a feeling it was, but I could be wrong. I didn't really follow you guys after you guys left.
It might have been.
Dude, this hummus is insane.
Yeah, I got to get some more of that, actually. That was amazing.
You guys are supposed to be sharing with the rest of the staff. It's not just for you two guys.
They're good. I think he's got the other shawarma. Nick and Chris got some.
I had a couple bites of the beef. It was fire.
Lamb.
Yeah. Lamb?
I didn't even
That's
get a
lamb, dude. Don't
for
say
him.
beef.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful.
Come on,
dude.
Nick.
Oh, my God, dude.
Beef.
What is wrong with you?
Go Lions.
Beef is for the pores, all right? Yeah. Beef is for the pores.
The phenomenal
the Arabs eat lamb.
Seasoned lamb.
Honestly, it was gas.
Little Jim Roman there. Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, I had one of the falafel sandwiches and some of this hummus and pita and the garlic pit. I could eat this shit with a spoon. I love it so much. This is all really good. Again, shout out to
Shawarma Express.
Shish Kebab Express.
Shish Kebab Express.
Shish Kebab Express on Woodward and Adams right here in Birmingham. Some great stuff.
Easy was pretty surprised when I said, I'm going to have my cousin send some food over.
It made it a lot better.
Is he really your cousin? Is he really your cousin?
It made it a lot better because when he texted us, it's like, yeah, we got Sammer coming on. Everyone in the chat was like, what do you mean?
I was blacked out downtown, man.
So here's what's funny.
You made up for it.
You're sending me that, and I go, I'm pretty sure this dude's texting me drunk right now. But I'm totally going on the show. Why not? Why would I say no to that, right? So I got to ask you guys questions, honestly, up there. Like, what is the response to the first half time management issue that you guys had? I was coaching the first half of the game, I was coaching my son's basketball team, so I was watching on a tablet. I had a whole play-by-play thing set up with my nephew, and I was like, they got the ball inside 20, and we're getting in the car. I'm like, they scored a field goal, right? He's like, no. I'm like, what do you mean no? They were there at the 20-yard line. How did you guys not end up with a field goal there? Like, how do you mismanage time in a situation like that? What happened? What's the response from your guys' media up there?
It's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. It's a little SOL thing for sure. But like we ran out of timeouts and we clocked it, and we would have got off on the field goal. There was like 3 seconds left. However, there's a 12th man in the field, and it was the field goal team jumping onto the field a little bit too early while they were spiking the ball. So Dan Campbell took accountability for it. Obviously, he wasn't the one that stepped on the field, but he's in charge of the team to keep them disciplined and that from happening. So it's unfortunate. I still think we had our opportunities to score, and like I said, we kind of relied on Goff's arm a little bit too much there. You know, we talked about it when you were on last week, the overtime that we had. We threw the ball once, and we shoved that thing in there for a fucking touchdown and won the game. That's the part where I'm a little bit more disgusted. I mean, that definitely sucks, you know what I'm saying? But we set our opportunities, man.
Well, in a game that you guys lose by 4 points, that field goal makes a big difference in that fourth quarter. When you're driving in the red zone and you have to throw the ball because you have to score a touchdown, you could have kicked a field goal, right? Mm-hmm. So obviously you can't play that way because nothing says that the Bucs don't see that and try to get a first down and seal it in a different way. So what, it's a whatever they call that
butterfly effect
kind
of thing.
Yeah, but if you go back to it, like, you guys had some chunk runs, but for the most part, it wasn't an effective run game, even after Vita got out of the game. Yeah. Again, because Dennis was playing his ass off. Greg Gaines playing his ass off. These backup guys came in there, and they just the whole week here in Tampa, I don't know if you guys paid much attention to it, the media down here and the fan base down here ripping this team apart in a prediction of us falling apart because of the injuries. And so the defense and the secondary heard it. And I know because I talked to these guys, they took it personally. So I had this feeling like these guys are going to come out there and take it all in as this like us against the world type of mentality and try to play their asses off. I just didn't expect it to emanate down to the run stopping guys and have Vita come out of the game. We already don't have Kalijah Kancey. Yaya's already kind of nicked up. And for them to come out there and play their asses off. JTS, that guy looked like a freak yesterday and last Sunday, but he's been primarily written off and been cast off as a wasted draft pick by the Bucs fans across the board mostly. And he comes out there, he plays his ass off yesterday, making plays in the run game, getting that tackle for loss by Dennis against Jahmyr Gibbs in the fourth quarter. Massive play. Mm-hmm. Again, those guys just played their asses off and stopped your run. And I think that, again, it plays into the mind of those play callers that want to score points. They get antsy, they get impatient, and they say, "Fuck it, let's just throw the ball. I can make it happen." And then it didn't help you guys when your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown gets that contusion or whatever had happened to his thigh. I think he had it a couple years before that too, and he limps off. And I looked at my kids and I was like, "Man, we got a shot here. Like, they don't have their guy." And I feel pretty good about it. And then on top of that, Zion McCollum, man, like, hats off, dude. Played his ass off. Could have had 3 picks against you guys yesterday. So it was, and I'm not saying this guy's from a disrespectful standpoint. Honestly, you guys, phenomenal team. Honestly, that was a gritty, could have gone either way type of game. And I know we're going to see you guys again. So it's one of those scenarios where, the bounces sometimes go one way or the other, and physicality wins at the end. And Goff did what I was hoping he would do, just throw us a couple of freebies, and we took advantage.
Oh, I hate hearing it again. Damn it. What do you guys think about
defense? He was rushed. But he was rushed, though, Easy. Was he not? He had guys in his face both of those throws.
That's the thing, man.
And like you said.
So it's like, stop going down the field. If you're going to throw the ball, keep it short and sweet the way we did last year. If you're going to sit in one fucking spot, not recreate the throwing lanes or pocket, whatever the hell you want to call it, get it off quick, shorter distance.
Bad play calling.
Yeah. So it's bad play calling, but also, like, I felt like they disrespected Todd Bowles' maybe ability to call his true defense because of his guys being injured, not having Antoine there.
That's a great
Usually,
point.
Todd brings in 2 or 3 guys. He doesn't usually only bring the 5th guy. But it seemed like he was timing it to where sometimes it was Jamel, sometimes it was Levante, sometimes it was Dennis, sometimes it was Britt, sometimes it was Tyke Smith even, the nickelback, to where he kind of kept it, at least he had 5-on-5 most of the time, and you guys just didn't have the respect to keep your backs in there long enough or even at all, and you guys are just banking on if we can get it out. And you guys did beat it a couple of times. But eventually, if you get that pressure up the middle in Goff's face, most quarterbacks, but Goff especially, like you said, he can't move the pocket. He can't alternate what he's doing. And it just, you hope you rush his decision-making, have a couple of them sail on him, and you take advantage of it. But Todd was able to play his game, which even I thought, I don't know how much of it he could do that as a play caller without Antoine. But he really took the mantra of whoever's on the field, we're going to run our thing, and we're going to do it. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And I was honestly surprised because most of these times, guys, in previous seasons, he goes in his zone, plays soft, tries to protect his guys. But I think Zion playing gave him enough confidence to say, I got my 2 starting corners. Fuck it, let's go. And it worked out.
Sammer, we appreciate you joining us. We appreciate the food from shout out Shish Kebab Express here on Woodward in Birmingham. Make sure you guys go hit them up.
Hey, man.
Yeah, man, you guys show sponsor, right? It's a good idea.
I want a nameplate next time I come on your show. What is this?
Yeah.
So you got a nice nameplate, your social media handle. I got literally some Detroit fuck. That's all I got.
I mean, that's what you are. I'm a football fuck, dude. I'm a Tampa Bay Bucks fuck. What are you talking about?
And, like you said, this team feels destined to play each other again in the playoffs. So, once the juggernaut New Orleans Saints run away with your guys' division, you're going to be coming back to Detroit for the wild card game.
What?
So we'll see that.
Nah, let's not pretend that the Cowboys and the Panthers are good teams. All right, let's not pretend.
You mean Derek Carr MVP candidate through 2 weeks?
The guy threw the ball 16 times, dude, and he had a running back score 4 touchdowns against a team. By the way,
you said he was washed. By the way,
he is washed.
No team with a running back.
He just said Alvin Kamara's washed.
No, I meant Derek Carr.
Oh, you said
he meant Derek Carr. But listen, any running back in that Kubiak system is very similar to the system they run out there in San Francisco. Guys just make plays because they block it right, they call it right. But come on, you're going against a team in the Cowboys who don't have a running back. Like, it's not that hard once you get a lead, right?
And they got
you
one
pin
wide
your ears
receiver.
To get out.
It's fair.
Yeah, and they just got physical with him. So the Cowboys are gonna show themselves as to who they really are. And of course, we know the Panthers. They just benched their quarterback a week after telling us he's their quarterback for good. So come on. The Saints aren't nothing, man. I don't worry about it.
We appreciate you joining us, though, man, and the humbleness you showed in
I do
victory.
appreciate the humbleness. You really could have laid it on.
Could have laid it on us.
I do
and you got us this delicious food. So
down in Tampa, they know me as the best at being humble. And I really am the best at being humble. So.
Bragging about how humble you are. We appreciate you joining us. We'll see you soon. We're definitely going to have to do
Love
this.
you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thanks, man. Have a good one, guys.
Yeah, you too.
Yes, sir.
Actually,
real quick, Sammer, is he still there?
Yeah.
Shout your new network.
Oh, yeah. Check more of me out. My beautiful face. If you guys are wondering, I'm not wearing shades inside all the time, but today's Victory Monday, so we put on the Victory shades down here on Mondays, all right? So check me out on the Loose Cannons podcast, also on the Fully Loaded podcast, part of the all-new The 813 network, which can be found www.the813.tv. Hit us up on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like. Leave a couple of comments. You guys were all over our last couple videos. I'd like to see some thoughts, some notes, possibly from the Lions fans who decided to talk some shit on my channel. That'd be great. Anyway, thanks for having me on, guys.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Enjoy that for laughing, man.
Oh, it's delicious. Like, I wasn't even just saying that. Because, dude, the hummus, he's got lamb on one of the hummus, chicken on the other hummus.
What's he eating, shawarma?
That's a shawarma. Yeah, I gave you guys the lamb. There's falafel sandwich, too. Falafel's really good. But the garlic paste, this is, like, I love this shit. Boffs by my house, they do it. I could eat this with a spoon. But we do got to go to break. Let me tell you about Les Stanford. What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. Get the same prices and customer service that you've come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford and Dearborn today and find the brands you want at LesStanford.com. Les Stanford, together, let's ride.
And do you want to know where the best pregame Lions party is September 30th on my birthday? Join us at Detroit's very own second best bar located at 42 Watson Street for the ultimate fan experience. Enjoy some smooth Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey while catching the Woodward Sports pregame show only at Second Best Bar. It's the best bar in Detroit. Come get some.
Can't get enough enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody!
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Stop in, sit back, relax, and let one of Lady Jane's talented stylists make you look and feel great. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's is wicked awesome. And let me tell you about Soroki's. Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza has a limited time offer just in time for football season. Soroki's is debuting their fresh signature flavored wings. Grab your friends, order a New York style pizza, and add fresh wings for the games this weekend. Try one of their 7 different flavors. Sorokis.com. Dude, that's like, I love Mediterranean food. Shawarma, the garlic paste, that hummus. I love hummus. That was really good. So shout out to Sammer. For bragging about how humble he is too.
Yeah,
that was funny.
Shout out. I'm messaging him back. I apologize. Soroki's third down. Oh, by the way, we had Soroki's at the watch party. Did you have them last night too?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get the wings?
I've had the wings before, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Soroki's third down. I guess that's a thing over there now.
Yeah.
Fire. Lemon pepper.
Yeah.
Soroki's. That place is crazy because they're like usually attached to like a gas station.
They're good food, man.
So good.
Good chicken.
Honest to God. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think we've ever had like a. I won't bullshit. If something's not great, I'm just not gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
If they're paying, but like if it's good, I'm like, yeah, that shit. Soroki's biscuits. If you know us, if you watch back, yeah, those biscuits went quick.
Soroki's biscuits are delicious. Soroki's. Make sure you guys come join us at Second Best this weekend, or not Second Best. I'm sorry. Hayes Social this weekend.
Yeah.
I'll give you some Soroki's. I'll let you try the biscuit if you get there before they're all gone.
That's facts. They go quick. Filet on Sam, by the way, not a heavyweight, but an honorable heavyweight. He took his biscuit, cut it in half.
Put a wing in it?
Yeah. Made himself a little chicken sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
There's respect to Filet on Sam for that one.
Hell yeah.
On the spot. All right. We kind of talked about it a little bit. We don't have to go in depth if you guys don't want to, if you feel like it's been addressed. But I just want to show the defense some love. I get Hutch did what Hutch did. But Baker Mayfield, only 185 yards. I think he was the leading rushing, by the way, too, with 34 yards and 5 attempts. And those come from like scrambling, I'm saying, just going for it outside the draw.
Yeah, speaking of Hutch, just real quick, he is now second in the second best odds to win Defensive Player of the Year behind the only TJ Watt. So that's extremely impressive from our third-year defensive end, leader of that defense, Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, he went from 11-1 or 11-1 to like 4.5-1 after this game, and that's what's going to happen when you have 4.5 sacks in a single game. He looked dominant, man. He looked like the guy that we expected to get with that number 2 overall pick. He looked like the guy that's going to lead your defense for a long time. I was really happy to see it out of him. DJ Reader being back definitely played a role in that. Terrell Williams over the offseason definitely played a role in that. Levi Onwuzurike looked good moving around the defensive line, coming in from different angles. I was happy with it.
Yeah, you see what happens now when you can leave Hutch on an island with the tackle, which I don't understand the Bucs game plan there. Yeah. They were chipping him a little bit, but there were times like it was Cade Otton versus Hutch one-on-one. But they won the game, so I guess I can't say shit. But
getting triple team towards the end. They had the running back and the tight end helping him out.
Yeah,
and he still was like putting pressure on Baker.
Dude, he is, man. He's a difference maker. He's a game wrecker, and that's what I said we needed him to be. He wrecked that game. He was in every single play, disrupted everything the Bucs are trying to do, and that's what we need. And with Davenport being back, I expect the pass rush to be even better.
Yeah, the one piece I got to get some I guess I wish I could talk to the coaches and ask them what the hell happened with Terrion on that the deep one for Godwin that obviously broke loose. I don't know, somebody is supposed to be back there. Yeah. Terrion was a little way too close to or nowhere near him for that to be his man.
It's like him and Kirby were in the same zone.
Yeah. I wonder if it was like a banshee coverage where the outside guy technically is taking the inside route and the inside guy is taking the outside route. I don't know. I had to find that specific play and watch it. I also still wouldn't know what the play call was regardless. But to DJ Reader's first game, 24 snaps, 2 QB pressures, 10 pressures together. And obviously, I think Woodward Sports Twitter, I know they got in some heat yesterday with the hidden hooker stuff, but they did post that meme where it was like Aiden Hutchinson. The one was like, "Thank you for changing my life," and it's like, I'm just DJ Reader because we got to saw a Jordan performance from Aiden Hutchinson, man. I mean, you call it compared to Calvin.
It was like I said,
and losing fashion, traditional Calvin performance.
Bitches. You get all that, and then you don't win the game. But that was the single most impressive individual performance I've seen from the Lions since Calvin Johnson. I don't expect him to keep that production up all year. Like, he's not going to get 4 sacks every week, but I expect him to be around the quarterback that much. I expect him to be impacting the game that much. Maybe not with 4 sacks, but with a sack. I said 17.5. That might be too low.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's the ceiling here, fellas?
For sure, 17.
20 plus.
The ceiling.
The ceiling?
Ceiling, I would say, is 20.5.
The one thing I will say, he won't be going against backup tackles every single week.
But that's what happens when they actually drop back.
Yeah.
Like Stafford, they had the clear-cut game plan.
We told you guys, too.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, Baker's not able to execute that like Stafford was. And obviously, Sean McVay and the boys had the whole entire offseason to implement that one within the system. Hutch was going to get busy. This defensive line is going to get busy. And they did, without Marcus Davenport.
And a lot of teams are going to have to do that because they're not going to be able to run the ball against this defense. Much like Tampa Bay couldn't run the ball against this defense, so they're forced to drop back so much, and that'll just allow Aiden Hutchinson to feast.
Yeah, the other part, too, is I guess where I am concerned, though, and I love this defense. We're glazing it right now. But like you said, Nick, those mobile quarterbacks, Kyler Murray, fuck me, bro.
They're going to have to stay disciplined. They're going to have to stay in their rushing lanes. They're going to have to not allow him to break contain. They need to make sure they stay disciplined against guys like that.
The worst part about it, though, too, we might not have Anzo because he left the game early with concussion.
He did leave the game early with the concussion.
But they had a guy come back from concussion. Did you see his concussion, though?
Yeah.
Derek Barnes? Oh,
Jesus.
Lord, that did not look good. And just real quick, too, because I'm shouting out defensive lineman, former defensive lineman myself, Levi Onwuzurike, the 1/2 a sack that Hutch had to split was with Levi. We showed you guys about, too. Defense, you love to see this. This was the question going in, not this offense. But again, there's still answers for the offense. And they're not just us saying it and hoping it and be like, oh, it's fine. No, we actually went down, discovered, okay, there's some shit right here we end up doing.
This is what gives you hope, though, to think about actually winning the Super Bowl, is this extremely improved defense. With DJ Reader back and Hutchinson already explodes in his first game, like, what's it going to look like come week 6, week 7, week 8? You know, and I think that's why I have faith. That's why I can still hang my head up high today, because I have faith because of this defense when you do pair it with that top 3 offense that we all remember seeing last season. It's in there somewhere. They just got to find how to bring it back out. And we all want us to run the ball a little bit more. And I think with doing that, to pair that with maybe a top 10 defense now, like that's when you're starting to talk about winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's a top 10 defense. I mean, it might be.
I think it is.
Is that crazy to say, Caleb?
No, I don't think it's crazy to say. And a guy we were critical of last week, he was critical of himself as well. Shout out Brian Branch. That was a huge pick on. I think it was third down.
Let him cook. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was just an athletic play by Brian Branch. Just being an athlete, great ball skills. Shout out Brian Branch. He had a good game. I mean, that defense looks good, and it's crazy to say. I think I would have been more upset with the loss if the defense really sucked, and that's kind of where I'm at. So.
Yeah, really, the offense is somewhat fixable.
Yeah,
too,
it is.
You know? Yeah,
because we know we have. I'm not tripping, as much as I think other people are. And I know everybody in this room is the same way.
Yeah, it's like we said, we have, Sean put it perfectly, you have a credit line with this team now, with this coaching staff, with this offense, especially if the defense was giving up 40 points these first 2 weeks, I would be more concerned. I would be a little, panicking. But with the offense not functioning to what we think it should, that doesn't concern me going forward. We know how talented they are. We know the pieces they have. They're going to figure it out. They just need some time, I guess. But I'm not worried about it.
Brian Branch, 3 targets, only 1 reception allowed for 10 yards, and then he had that interception as well. Phenomenal game by him. I can't really bitch or complain or ask anyone else to really step up in this defense too much. Some of the plays they made to begin the game with Godwin were some of those breakers are breaking free and they're just making a play on it. And that's the difference between I just going to take it wrong, but that's the difference between JG and some of those other guys. Like JG's, his feet are planted and he's got to get the ball off quick. Where some other guys can, what's the word I'm looking for? Improvise. And sometimes JG does do it, but it's not anything you could ask him to do consistently enough, and then also expect success with it too.
Where are you guys at with Arnold and Carlton Davis?
So I looked at Arnold. He was targeted twice, allowed both receptions. The one was just that quick slant on Mike Evans, who's one of the best in the game, and then the other one, it was kind of shitty coverage by him. But the fact that they just weren't throwing, only 2 targets in itself is kind of good for a rookie. I guess 3 if you count the PI. Carlton Davis, I think he was 4 for 6. I didn't look at the actual plays though, but only 12 completions made in the entire game. That's kind of crazy.
Seemed like he was getting picked apart a little bit, Carlton.
Think so?
I just remember looking up every single time. It would be it just seemed like all of them were on Carlton, which I guess 33% of them were.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just why it seemed like that, because there weren't really too many. But when it did seem to happen, it seemed to be on Carlton Davis.
I guess I'm wrong because you just gave that stat. I kind of felt that way about Arnold, but I could have just been getting those.
Well, the touchdown was, it looked like it was on him.
I don't know. That was just, a miscue in coverage. And then Arnold had the face mask. Can't do that. Rookie mistake.
The PI as well.
The PI.
I still thought that was fluky.
It's kind of soft.
Yeah, I was in between. When it happened, obviously I was yelling at my TV, but kind of just seeing it, play back, it was. But that happening and then J-Mo getting bumped the next possession, or was it the possession? Yeah, the next possession on Goff's pick.
The holding on Ragnow was the absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
The
refs were not good on both sides.
I'm watching the
Lions got away with one on that last drive. Looked like a pass interference on that third down.
Oh, yeah, on Carlton Davis.
Yeah, and they didn't call it, so.
I'm still holding out faith for Jack Campbell. I'm watching that Carlton Davis, the first catch made on him. It feels like Jack could have made a play on that, but it's something that might come in time.
Jack Campbell has to, against Kyler Murray next week, he has to have a huge game. This needs to be his breakout game.
I'm with you.
Because
down that little midget.
Because Hutch is going to get there.
I don't even want to say that.
I'm an ally.
Hutch is going to get in the backfield. He's going to be pressuring Kyler Murray.
You know what? Let me hit that.
All game, and Kyler Murray's going to have to leave the pocket, which he's really good at, and Jack Campbell's going to have to be one of those guys to finish the plays and not let him beat us with his legs.
Hey, Lee Corso said it on live TV. I can say it on YouTube.
And I said this.
Yeah, that's Lee Corso. Are you comparing yourself to the legendary Lee Corso?
Yeah, notable vertically challenged lover. Noted vertical challenge lover.
When I said Kyler was back, I think it was you two on this side of the room said, just wait till the new COD comes out, blah, 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 blah. No, Kyler is back. And I
think the new COD comes out this week.
But he's fine. But okay, hopefully he plays a lot this week. But after that, no more. I mean, he looked unreal last week.
Who'd they play? The Rams?
The Rams. He looked like Oklahoma College Kyler Murray.
Oh, Houston got some snaps.
Yeah, I saw Houston a little bit.
They got double teamed. So I'm watching right now. 2 of these receptions on Carlton Davis were just like Baker.
Oh no, it doesn't drop
doing
until
Baker things.
October.
That's look good. That's gonna be a tough game,
I wish
bro.
it dropped this week.
Me too.
That's gonna be
The
a tough
trailer
game.
might drop this week. Throw him off his
Speaking
game.
of tough games,
Get them all horned up.
I'm gonna wait for him. I'm gonna get the raw reaction out of it. But I gotta tell you guys first about KDK Law. It's Kevin and Catherine right here in
Divorce.
Birmingham, Michigan. Give them a call right now. If you're dealing with any type of child custody, visitation, or divorce law issues, it's KDK Law. Scan the QR code or call 248-971-0476. And also, not only are they your local cannabis plug, but right now if you scan the QR code next to me, not only will you save $10 on any purchase of $25 or more, you also be greeted by the best bud tenders, the best deals. It's the best in the business. It's the local cannabis plug for a reason. Multiple locations across Great City, Michigan. Visit disposhops.com. Must be 21 up and older to participate.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Have you ever thought about volunteering but don't know where to start? Start with the Salvation Army's Red Kiddo campaign. Those interested can visit registering.com to sign up for shifts. There, you have an option to choose a traditional 2-hour session at a physical Red Kettle site or participate in a virtual bell ringing shift where they can raise funds in comfort of your home. Virtual bell ringers can sign up and begin raising funds at any time, whereas traditional bell ringers begins Friday, November 7th. And it runs through Christmas Eve, excluding Thanksgiving and Sundays. To sign up for volunteer shifts, visit registering.com.
Check it out.
And let me tell you about Premier Pet Supply. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences the online and big box retailers, with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years. 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
I feel like it's kind of risky.
What?
Just allowing whoever to do that virtually. Imagine getting a creeper like Nick, what he's going to do on that webcam.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy to think about.
Gaslighting mother.
I'm just saying. I will go to Nick, though, real quick. I put a camera on Nick. I want to ask him this question about football. $102 on a spread you did this weekend.
Yeah, horrible. Absolutely garbage. I've been extremely hot on my parlays, so it was ballsy. It was highly questionable.
What was it?
It was the spread of the Michigan game, and I thought that they were going to bounce back because that spread would typically be around 40 points against that kind of dog shit team, and it was at 22 or 21 and a half.
I could have told you not to do that.
Yeah, Davis Warren might be the worst quarterback in the country, so I am happy to hear that they are going with Orgy next week. They
Who's
need
worse,
to change.
Davis Warren or DJU?
I think I would kill to have DJU right now.
Wow.
Just kidding. They're both horrible. No right answer there. But yeah, Michigan's garbage.
Yeah, that's a tough question.
It's a tough question.
Big matchup with USC, but something on a positive note.
You guys are playing USC this week?
You guys are going to get spanked.
Yeah, and they're starting Orgy.
God. Oh, they are?
Yeah.
That's kind of
that's nice.
Good, right? Yeah.
Something positive, kind of.
A little bit of a playmaker? At least get run?
I think you got to run Khalil Mullings more.
Imagine not having a quarterback. That's crazy. Dude.
As a defending national,
Why not? First time.
As a defending national champion.
Second. QBU.
Third. third.
I haven't defended a lot.
QBU.
I mean, Cook didn't do anything in the Pro, but Cook,
All right, Chris.
Cousins.
We had Brian Hoyer, Kirk Cousins, and
Brian Hoyer.
someone else, Nick Foles, all in the same quarterback room. So, QBU. But
yeah, how you feeling?
Our first and second string quarterback are better than any quarterback on Michigan's roster. It's crazy.
You guys did play fucking Prairie on a Farm.
An FCS team just like Michigan did. Same level of competition.
Spenny, I do want to ask you, how do you feel about the next 3 weeks? That's a fun next 3 weeks for you guys.
Yeah, Boston College is going to be fun. That's going to be a tough game. After that, I think we got Oregon and Ohio State.
Yeah, and then Ohio State.
That's going to be tough. But this, I don't expect them to win those games. I'm not crazy, but
what about BC? You think they win that game?
This should be a good game. This is a tough test. Boston College is a good team. You're going to their house at night. Let's see.
That's tough.
Yeah, we're going to be wearing the blacks, I think.
Is Boston College ranked? Did the AP poll come out today?
They I don't know if they're still ranked. They were 24, then lost by a point to Missouri.
Oh, they lost?
Is Missouri good?
Yeah,
Yes.
Missouri was ranked 6th. That Castellanos kid from
Boston College?
Boston College.
The quarterback?
He's good. Yeah. He's good. And Bill O'Brien's great at he runs the game like it's an NFL game. Like he controls the clock. He runs the ball when he wants to run the ball. That I really like Boston College this year.
Honestly, I think all due respect to me, I think State probably was Boston College favorite, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Like minus 10 or something like that.
Not that much, probably.
Someone pull it up. I'm curious. Although you guys may lose this matchup, it's still a fun season for you guys because you kind of doing like what the fuck ever.
Oh, yeah. We banked 3 wins. You like to see that. If we get to 4-0.
But just so you can compete a little bit.
You can compete. Either way. They're fun to watch. The defense looked bad. The defense looked good against Maryland. Again, I'm not going to overreact to how we looked against Prairie View A&M. You're supposed to beat that team by 40,
yeah, I didn't know that was
which you did. So you like that. I like that Aiden Childs played a good game, made good decisions. But they're a fun team to watch. They have an opportunistic defense that takes advantage of miscues from the offense. They have a good quarterback, 2 good running backs, a damn good receiver. So, yeah, I'm excited to watch them this year.
Spencer, I think you can overreact a little bit because they weren't doing this in seasons past. Now you have a quarterback, now you have a coach, and you can actually be taken serious to contend against some of those elites in the Big Ten, like in Ohio State, where you don't feel like you're going to get blown out by 40 in this game, where you can actually put up points because you have a top-tier quarterback in Aiden Childs. Obviously, I don't have his stat line up exactly, but how many turnovers? Any turnovers?
Fall for it.
Was that any turnovers?
No turnovers.
And that's the biggest thing you want to see out of your young quarterback.
That threw an interception, but it got called back.
All right, let's go
for pass interference.
Yeah, little Patrick Mahomes treatment.
It was
Dylan Raiola.
It is good to see. Like I said, they have playmakers. They have guys. This offense is night and day better than what we saw the past couple of years outside of Kenneth Walker. If you look at what's going on with Brian Lindgren compared to Jay Johnson last year, it is a night and day difference. It's actually watchable. It's actually palatable. You're not just running the ball first and second down and then throwing every third down. They changed things up. They've got playmakers to make things happen. I like our odds against Michigan this year.
It's more than palatable, dude. It's entertaining ball.
It's entertaining. It's fun to watch. And like I said, I don't think they're going to be this world beater. They'll probably lose to Oregon and Ohio State. But you got a chance to go out there and beat Boston College. It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah,
go
ahead, Easy.
No, go ahead, Caleb.
I was going to say, I think Nick's exactly right. I think you can take a little bit from that Prairie View game just because, like he said, you guys didn't do that in years past. You have I know Maryland is not a ranked team or anything, but that's a big win on the road.
It's a good team.
That's a big win.
That's
on the
a big
road.
win.
Yeah.
And
For that young quarterback too.
Yeah, a comeback
got that many
win
weapons.
as well.
Where he went out there and he basically won you that. I mean, he threw the interceptions to lose you that game too. But
and in years past, you go play. You play Prairie View the next week after a big win like that. You probably win 24-7.
Yeah.
Like that, I like them against Boston College this week. I think they're riding a high. I like them. I'm not going to – I don't know. I couldn't find the spread or anything
yet. You're not going to put 102.
Yeah. It makes me feel less confident.
Were you inebriated when you put that bet
Hot
in?
Dog Sue won't be on this weekend.
No, I was prior to the bar crawl starting.
So you did that sober?
I did.
I said on Friday that they're going to cover the spread.
The spread is 6.5.
Boston College?
Yep, minus 115.
I like it.
Nick, I got to ask you, though, because you guys
do
been
it.
on top. Are you nervous about Michigan State for the rivalry game?
I think you'd be lying as a Michigan fan if you
said you weren't.
Yeah, exactly. I have not felt like this about a Michigan team in a very long time, fellas. I am not confident, but we're switching it up already. You know, we're bringing in Alex Orji. Let's see if he can throw the ball a little bit, but if it was up to me, I'm rushing Alex Orji like the Ohio State Buckeyes used to run J.T. Barrett. That's what my offense is now turning into.
That's all it can be.
Exactly. And I'm running Khalil Mullins as your starter because he's an angry runner, it seems like, and it takes multiple people to drag him down. So, and I've been extremely disappointed in the offensive line. Those were high 4-star guys that were waiting their time, and they have just not looked good at all. So I'm happy Davis Warren is not starting anymore. Do I have confidence going up against USC to start, though, because they need to worry about it? No, I do not. I'm actually curious to see what that spread is as well.
I'll pull it up for you.
But, yeah, so I'm worried about State. I'm worried about USC, and this defense needs to start, taking over, and then you need to rely on your run game, kind of like we talked about with the Lions. You need to get back to running the rock at an elite level, extremely efficient, and you got to score touchdowns. So we'll see how it goes, but, I mean, if they can sneak out a win against USC, which I'm not calling for right now, but you start to feel a little bit more confident going forward.
It is USC's favored by 5.5.
I'm surprised.
That's terrible.
At home, right? You guys at home?
Yes.
I'm surprised it's only 5.5.
You guys are still ranked 18, which I guess I get it.
A little
bit.
NFL breaking news here. Another injury for the Rams. Jonah Jackson likely suffered a fractured scapula. Is likely headed to the injured reserve, and then Debo is also set to miss time with a calf strain. So no CMC or Debo for the Niners.
It's an opportunity to take. I mean, we're down.
Would have been sick for
Vikings
2-0
over us right now, but opportunity to climb back up. That is kind of crazy. Who would have thought Malik Willis and Sam Darnold were the best performing NFC North quarterbacks in Week 2?
Did you guys see that Sam Darnold video? Like that?
No.
Shouldn't have fucking cut me or something.
No, oh, for real?
Yeah.
Damn.
He beat San Fran.
He said that to him?
No, like in the locker room. Like, He was like, they shouldn't have fucking cut me.
I mean, good for him.
Yeah.
For him.
I mean,
yeah.
He looks like Syndrome from The Incredibles.
He does look like Syndrome from The Incredibles.
Yeah, for sure.
What a
incredibly boxed head, too.
Yeah. But
he can't do a visor.
He's
work.
I said he's not a bad quarterback.
No,
there's a lot worse quarterbacks.
When McCarthy was like on the up and up, I was like, don't be surprised. But Donald's actually like straight. Like I don't know if McCarthy would have beat him out.
I love polka dots, but we do got to go to break. So let me tell you guys about Planet Fitness. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. More than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. You could get just $1 down. You get the full experience at Planet Fitness with fitness training for no extra cost, or you can upgrade the Black Card, get use of amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Join in club or online. Go to Planet Fitness today, or go to planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where fitness is essential. And let me tell you about the best watch party and the best post-game show in Detroit. Live at Hey Social, here on Woodward Sports, presented by Sabbath Coffee, Soroki's, and 1800 Tequila. It is the New Holland Brewing postgame show and the live watch party. We're going to be there this week. Come out to Hey Social. It's an away game. You're not going to be tailgating or anything like that, so come to Hey Social, chill with the boys. It's going to be a lot of fun. Only on Woodward Sports.
Winning is a habit. So is listening daily to Woodward Sports. We're glad you're a winner, and thanks for listening.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Are you guys tired of the same old Detroit sports
merch?
Head on over to woodwardsports.com, click that shop tab today, and get yourself some of the ultimate Detroit swag. They got hoodies, tees, hats, all that guaranteed to turn heads. So why don't you head on over to woodwardsports.com, click that shop tab today, and get yourself some brand new merch.
Fig, get it, get it. Fig, get it, get it, get it. Fig, get it.
He dropped a hard feature the other day too.
Did he? Ooh.
Yeah, for Alchemist, the producer.
Shout out.
Alchemist is dropping the album this week. It's gonna be fire, man. Q's heating up right now.
Q. Nick.
Yes, sir.
You wanna go around the league? We're gonna talk about your Tigers. Now that Smitty's back. I think we should talk about the Tigers.
Massive game. Massive game. And guess who's back?
Shout out to Riley Green.
Back
Shout out to Riley
again.
Green.
Holy shit.
Reese Olson's back.
on the mound.
Tell a friend.
Back
He's getting his first start in a while. You like to see that. So hopefully the Tigers can take advantage, man. They're 2.5 games back. They've been the hottest team since the All-Star break. Like I like what I'm seeing. Jackson Jobe got his first start in AAA last week, I believe.
Struggled.
Yeah. Did not have a great performance, but good. Get it out now. He's going to be your number 2 starter next year. So
it's good we don't have to rely on checking out stat checking for AAA and AA and single A now, because the prospects that we've all been waiting for, they're up, and that's who has been going on this run. Riley Green, I said it at the beginning of the season, is the best homegrown Tiger in 50 years since the 84 team, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this team is so exciting right now. I know probably the biggest Tiger fan in here. Well, I don't know. We're all massive Tiger fans, especially Chris. But Caleb, how are you feeling about this team right now?
Fat joke? What was that, dude?
Yeah, dude.
What? It was not a fat joke.
The biggest Tiger fan.
I feel triggered
by that, dude. Yeah.
I feel
I know he
my guy.
lives and dies by every pitch like your boy.
He does.
But Nick, I'm feeling good. Riley Green's heating up at the right time. He had, a rocky month. I think it was last month or the month before, but he's back. He's got his OPS is over 1,000 for this month. He has 13 RBIs in 13 games. He's driving in runs. Kerry Carpenter looks good. Man, I don't see why not. I don't understand why we won't be playing in October. Obviously, we have the Twins have to lose, and we have a couple hard series coming up with, obviously, starts tonight, Royals.
Extremely important matchup against Kansas City.
Yeah, we face Seth Lugo tonight, who's just like the exact pitcher who would tear us up. He's old, he doesn't throw that hard, but he just puts the ball where it needs to be, and yeah, that's the recipe to beat young hitters. But man, if we could win this series,
gotta at least win 2 or 3.
Have to.
At least.
Yeah.
Who are the Twins playing? Does anyone know?
The Reds. They got blown out on Saturday night.
I thought they played the Guardians.
Oh, is that Red series over?
I think it might be. Let me know though. But yeah, this is exciting right now. This is what we've all wanted. It feels good to have meaningful Tiger baseball back. Could you imagine this fall, Comerica Park absolutely packed for a goddamn playoff game, fellas? Come on. It's about damn time.
It's what it's all about, man. And you have the opportunity to enjoy it because the Lions are at an away game this week. So let's get Comerica Park rocking. Get down there. These young guys feed off of our energy in the lineup, and let's let them experience what Detroit is like when baseball is good. Let them experience Tigers fans when we have expectations and we're playing meaningful games in September. They're giving us meaningful games halfway through September. So we should reward that by showing up, and making some noise for these young guys.
Yeah, and another thing I want to say is that one of Riley Green's piss missiles that he hit was off of Gregory Soto. If you didn't know, we got Matt Vierling for Gregory Soto.
Damn.
So it's a pretty nice move we made there. Matt Vierling.
Who else?
Wolfie, Nick Maton.
That shit pissed me off so much. Wolfie, he's so cool. Look
at
Wolfie.
Okay.
He acts like a
hitting
wolf.
117.
Dude,
he hits one home run. That's the one hit he gets every 12 games.
The walk-off home run he had.
Wolfie, he leads the pack by himself. That was the most the way Flannel hates people in sports. That's how I hate Nick Maton. It was just so annoying.
Yeah,
he's the best hitter on our team. He's hitting 112. He just hits a home run every 5th game.
I want to give a quick shout out to Brant or who was it, Herder from Friday night. We haven't been on air since. Literally untouchable.
The sweeper he was throwing was insane. I'm talking 16 inches of horizontal movement. It was
insane.
Nasty.
Chris Fetter and these boys are doing God's work with this pitching staff of guys that have 6 ERAs in AAA. They get to the majors, they're turning into all-star type pitchers. But speaking of a pitcher that I want to give credit to, he starts games, he closes games, he gets out of every big spot that you put him in.
Kiner Montero?
It's Tyler Holton. Absolute dog. He is the MVP of this team's bullpen right now. He literally is starting games, saving games, and being a massive reason why the Detroit Tigers are where they are, and that's 2.5 games out of wild card in the last month of the season.
I know those crackhead Cleveland fans are trying to create this chase to give their closer the Cy Young. The 2 best pitchers in the American League reside in Detroit, and it's Tariq Skubal and Tyler Holton. Those guys, when they're in the game, they eat innings, they don't make mistakes, they punch guys out, and they get wins. They're the 2 best pitchers in the American League. And like I said this before, I will continue to say it until he is locked down with a long-term deal. Chris Fetter is the best assistant coach in all of sports. The best, the most important, hands down the best. He is doing this. He's got the Tigers as a top 3 team pitching-wise in baseball, and he's had a starter and a half for the back half of the season. Chris Fetter should be the highest paid bench coach in the MLB. He's the single most important assistant coach in all of sports. He should be. You should lock him down as the bench coach, as the pitching coach for the Tigers for the next 15 years.
For real. That's got to be main priority number 1.
He's insane.
I want to ask you fellas, Easy and Chris, who maybe are not the biggest,
No, wait.
What?
Breaking news.
Raymond got signed.
Oh, yeah. How much? Let me get these numbers.
All right, I'm going to take a guess here. I'm going to go 8.75 mil.
Lucas Raymond, who's going to score 40 goals this season, just signed an 8-year average annual value of $8.075
I almost got it.
$1 million a year. Lucas Raymond, 8 for 8. Welcome home. Give him the A. Put him on the top line. Pencil him in as your leading goal scorer next year. Pencil him in as an all-star. Pencil him in as a 40-goal scorer next season. Lucas Raymond, he's with the Red Wings for the long haul. Love that. We just signed Burgers to a 1-year, under $1 million deal. You bring in Lucas Raymond, who was the best player on the team last year. You give him that long 8-year extension. Raymond! It's Lucas Raymond! Shout out to Ken Daniels, the GOAT, by the way. Ken Daniels is the greatest of all time. Stevie got it done. Love that. Welcome back. Welcome
home.
Welcome home, Lucas Raymond.
That's
8 years, 8.1
Fuck
basically.
some baseball. I can talk some hockey.
Let's
Fuck
go.
baseball.
That's awesome, man.
That's a W for sure.
That is huge.
Goddamn right.
Razor is staying
So what's
in
the cap
Detroit
space looking
for
like
8
now?
more years. After we signed Berggren this year, which we signed him today for a little bit under $1 million for a 1-year contract. We had 16 and a half left. So that's enough for Raymond, Sider, hopefully Valeno. Well, we already signed Valeno. So yeah, just Raymond and Sider. You got enough to give them both 8 for 8. They got Raymond done. Hopefully they get Sider done pretty soon.
Raymond was the MVP for this team at
Not even
such
close.
a
It
young
wasn't-
age.
and
At
it
the
wasn't even
backhand,
close.
yeah, it wasn't. He was finishing on those goals that we've seen kind of DeBrincat maybe like hit off posts and whatnot. Raymond was burying them every single time. He's going to be an absolute superstar. I guarantee he makes the All-Star team this season because he's just got an electric shot. He is able to put it in the back of the net. If this team wants to get back to the playoffs and have success within those playoffs, you got to really buy in on Lucas Raymond. He has to turn into that superstar, and I believe he will be. Last year was just a glimpse of what he's going to continue to be as an NHL superstar. Easy, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I mean, like, I've slowly fallen in love with hockey since working the network, being obviously getting to meet Darren McCarty, going to a couple games, watching the final game of the season with you.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was fun.
Electric way to lose out in the playoffs, but still, like, that was fucking crazy. And Raymond was a big part of that the second halfway through, and he's just one of those guys, and like I said, just kind of get into it. I've got to watch him from his rookie year on, and it's kind of cool to see him grow and grow and grow. And me, as like a little bit of a novice, I've always kind of blindly had that faith in him because I like what I saw, but now it's like, it's beautiful to see it to come to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
My question for you guys, what's your point prediction for the young man next year?
I think he's going to be around 80 points on the season next year. I think he'll be around
72 last year, right?
Yeah, I think he'll be around 80, 83, somewhere around there because he's going to have 40 goals this season. I look at what Lucas Raymond did last year. Obviously, for the Red Wings, he put on some size. He started winning those battles behind the net. He started winning those battles in the corner, getting the puck out, making plays. He was an absolute sniper for this team, and we know what he did down the stretch, helping this team, leading this team to try to contend for the playoffs late in the season. On top of that, what his country and his colleagues think of him. He was an assistant captain on Team Sweden. He was standing up there with Victor Hedman and Erik Karlsson. That is what his country thinks of him, the leader he is, the level of player he is. This is a great deal to get Raymond locked down here for 8 years. We're going to see Lucas Raymond in the city for a while. Everybody loves Raymond. Welcome home, Razor. You're staying here for a while, and I couldn't be happier. You needed to ink this kid before he goes out there and scores 40 goals next year.
And one more time for this electric call. Just absolutely great. I'm going to go. Absolutely electric. I'm going 85 points here, easy. That's where I'm at with Lucas Raymond, and I think he's just going to continue to rise and get better and better. And I think with a healthy Dylan Larkin, hopefully all season, he feeds Raymond a lot of assists. So if he doesn't go down, I think he even has more points than he did last year. And that's why I'm going with 85 points. I love this. Hockey's almost back. Let's go, boys.
I know,
Why not?
man. I'm excited. I would have never thought in my life I'd be more excited for Detroit Red Wings hockey than I was Detroit Pistons basketball.
Right,
Speaking of which, Speaking of which, I mean, you know what the situation is, man. Yeah. Shout out, thank you for your services in a weird way because I know you're just a repeat reporter. But James Edwards, leading the Detroit Pistons beat and moving on to the New York Knicks. You'll still be.
Yeah, I'm hype. I get to read more James Edwards articles because obviously you guys know the Knicks are my second favorite team. So shout out to James Edwards, well deserved to get the promotion to go cover the Knicks. That's the biggest job in
a big job.
The NBA is to be the Knicks beat reporter, beat writer. So
when they're good.
Good for
when they're
him.
good too, yeah.
Going there when they're expected to win the East this year. So I love that, man. I love that for him. He's the best in the game.
I had with the Tyrese. Congratulations!
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, it sucks. The Detroit Pistons are losing a great beat writer, but I'll still get to read his articles.
For as lowly as they were, first, he is the closest to the organization. He has the closest ties. Mm-hmm. He is the only one that Tom Gores called in for that meeting on Christmas Eve. And then secondly, too, like this being a bad stretch of Pistons, very bad stretch of Pistons basketball, he kept you engaged with like the articles, and I'm so appreciative for that. Did you Pete? I sent it last week, his starting lineup for the Pistons.
Yeah, I did. I could go back in Slack and grab
break
it.
First,
but first let me tell you about Boys and Girls Club. The best youth football league in Metro Detroit is here. The Boys and Girls Club of Southeastern Michigan's 3C Sports League offers youth ages 5 to 14 with 6 exciting teams to choose from in the locations of Belleville, Highland Park, Detroit, and East Point. All coaches are trained, certified, and undergo background checks. You can register for football or cheer at bgcsm.org. Remember, equipment, meals, and transportation are included with the chance to play the championship at Ford Field for just $175 per child. Put the youth back in youth sports with BGCSM 3C Sports.
And let me tell you about Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Fuel your Lions fandom with the perfect cup and become a subscriber of Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Whether you are gearing up for the big game or savoring a quiet morning, Sabbath Coffee Roasters has you covered with fresh, locally roasted specialty coffee delivered right to your door. Head to SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com. Choose your favorite roast. Use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. Awake and unwind, support local, and enjoy game day right with Sabbath Coffee Roasters.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night. No Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security is their technology. It's been proven to work, and people have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
Or let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Ooh, mailbag question. Or we can do the starting line too. Or we can save it for tomorrow. Whatever you want to do.
We'll save it for tomorrow. We got.
Brent Dogs asks, what do you enjoy
about
more, the normal broadcast or the Manning cast?
Normal broadcast, 1,000%. The Manning cast sucks, dude.
Yeah, that was in, but it was overflowed. So
I also think I'm just used to the normal broadcast. I prefer like if they're gonna do it, I'd rather them be less nonchalant and more like locked in. Let us know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, the Manning cast sucks.
Is that bad? I mean, I want to like it.
I feel you. It's like a more of a comfort level thing for me. Like to actually hear the game being called, I enjoy it because I think it's a comfortability thing. Personally.
I would love those two on the call.
Yeah.
But like just sitting back, relaxing, Eli flipping everybody off, like
Yeah, it sucks with the freeze too. Like when because they're obviously in different locations. Huh. But yeah, I think that part kind of sucks too because it's not smooth.
Aw, yeah.
I'll tell you what, there is, the baseball gods work in funny ways because the Minnesota Twins also play tonight. They're going up against former Detroit Tigers legend Matthew Boyd on the tit for Cleveland. So,
let's go Guards!
So we need him.
Shit, you will not hear me say go Guardians, baby.
God damn. All right, so yeah, we need Matthew. That was we were cheering for something else, but yeah, we need Matthew Boyd to do something.
Would love to see a dominant start out of Reese Olson. The Royals, I believe, cheat at home because their OPS is like 400 points higher than on the road. True. So watch out tonight for Bobby Witt. If you can limit him, you're going to be able to limit this offense for the Royals. So watch out for Bobby Witt, though. Reese Olson's got to be careful with him.
But that'll do it for us today.
Also, real quick. I just want to rest in peace to the gentleman who passed away at the Eastern Market tailgate.
Yes,
That's very unfortunate.
Two gentlemen, or was it
one severely hurt? Do you want to know what happened? It's kind of gruesome.
Horrible.
The one guy got shot through the eye. The other guy got shot dead.
Oh man,
terrible.
So the guy who got shot through the eye, obviously I'm assuming the initial guy he meant to shoot, But still, that's so senseless, dude. There's children there.
Yeah, cannot let that happen.
Like, what's the saying, Brian? You live to fight another day.
Yeah.
Like, just take your
You win
health.
some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day.
Nobody needs to pass it. Not for these damn kids. Not at a Detroit
No.
Lions game. I mean, Easter Market has been
supposed to be a great time.
Awful, man.
Yeah, it's terrible.
We're all on the same team.
It's a terrible
Come on,
situation.
win or loss, like we're on the same effing team. Like you gotta be better than that.
People
we can't
are-
allow that in the city.
People are too reckless out there, man. They're too quick to prove they're tough, and they don't realize how precious life is, man. And that's an awful thing to happen, an awful situation for that man, his family, and everything going forward. We pray for them.
Yeah.
Hopefully nothing like this happens again.
If they had to catch one of these referees, dog, I'm just saying.
Well, that'll do it for us today.
And I hope we don't have to do this show too many more times, boys.
That's for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Victory Mondays are a lot better than loss Mondays. But for Easy, Nick, Caleb, Chris, I'm Spencer with the heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.